the process for writing Dogfight was, I think, varied throughout, but with the exception of maybe a couple times where we thought, okay, that's going to be a song no matter what. It was really the three of us working together, Peter often like outlining scenes, and either choosing moments for songs. I think it sort of worked back and forth.
We had a lot of sessions at Peter's office where we would...
we would sort of come together for like hours at a time and all just be like, talk, brainstorm, and then go away with assignments.
Right.
And
we did a lot of locking ourselves in rooms, sometimes together, sometimes apart.
Right, exactly.
You know, anytime we were in separate rooms locked in, there were a lot of phone calls back and forth.
Yeah. I remember one particular weekend we locked ourselves in a room in Connecticut, and we were gonna, I think we were gonna like dismantle everything that we had written, and then we were like, we hate it all, and then we came back to what we had had before.
Yeah. Generally, I feel like every song gets written by hitting a wall of frustration. Like you get a call from Benj being like, I can't do it, I can't turn that into a lyric. And then you have a conversation for 5 more minutes where you're like, you have to, just try. And then like 2 hours later you get a full lyric and it's great.
I heard this great quote by Ira Glass that always sticks with me, and he talks about how your ability and your taste level are at different places. So if you end up looking at your own work and you think, oh my god, this is terrible, that doesn't mean that you should stop. If anything, that's a really encouraging thing, because it means that your taste level is higher than your ability. And the more that you keep trying to meet your taste level, the higher that your ability will go.
He often would outline something and say, I think the song can go here, or we might watch a couple scenes in the movie and say, you know, and also looking at the screenplay, which was different.
Yeah.
And that was the really fascinating thing too, was reading the screenplay of Dogfight, which was pretty different.
Yeah, there's whole stretches of it that didn't make it
into the actual cut of the film, so that was really interesting. So we took stuff from there, we took stuff from the movie, and sometimes we might say, we'd love to make a moment here, and then Peter could write to that. But it was a pretty, I think, fluid back and forth process over a couple of years, I guess it was.
Yeah. I mean, the joy of working with collaborators like them is that I could outline, you know, a sequence, like come to a party, we could do it in like great detail and outline it, and then I hand it over and they bring something back that transcends what I've given them.
Come to a party with me, look, you can't miss this party. Be my friends, and when it ends, Rose, I'll race you right home. The night will break like a bite, table for two, just me and you, candles, wine, handed wine.
Rose, it's closing time now. Better run along.
So like that's what makes it fun, actually, for me as a book writer, is sort of imagining what it could be and then getting something back that's even better than what you thought.
And then obviously those typical things that you're going through with developing a show, doing readings, doing workshops, getting to hear actors sing it or speak it, and realizing that what you did was garbage and throwing that out and rewriting something else and then realizing that's no good either. But you know, it was a pretty fluid process, I think.
But honestly, that's the joy of having, as you said, collaborators, because when you feel like you're hitting a wall, somebody can just kind of lift you over it and then you get to the other side.